best version of this song I've been able to find on YouTube. While I was looking for a good guitar lesson for this song, at that, wouldn't you know, a live version of Hank himself playing it live with the band, the Bama Band. Simply incredible. Surely no better lesson could possibly be available than one of Hank, the man himself, showing everyone who cares to watch the way he plays it. And this one is better than the recording studio version of his albums, in my humble, honest opinion. There's no wonder why Hank Jr. is and will always be my number one favorite music artist of all time. There's no better songwriter, guitarist, singer, showman, and all around great American than Hank Williams Jr. I would say pianist, saxophone, everything is.
Yes.
He's a playing damn thing. We have a video literally that says that. Others can only hope to compare or be even close to the same level as him. He's been so great in his life, given us so many great songs throughout his career. He's no doubt a legend. If anyone else is a legend, he's godlike by all that. No one does it better, not yesterday or even today. Despite his age, he's only gotten better. Yeah, he's showing his age, but I still think he's great. I mean, he's my favorite. I mean, he was my favorite
That he's
before
in
I
his
had a
70s
favorite.
now, isn't he?
Yeah, 75. Gary Gibbon had to correct me. I thought it was 73, but it's 75. So that's also the year he fell off the mountain. That's crazy.
Yeah.
75. All right, so don't need a whole lot of context. It's Hank. He's live. It's Hee-haw. He's playing Country State of Mind
With the Bama Band.
with the Bama Band.
Or is it? Yeah.
That is
I was going to
correct,
say, or is
sir.
it Bama? But it's like, no, it's Alabama. So it's the Bama.
No, it's out the Bama Band. Yeah. Yeah, don't say Obama. He got in trouble for talking about Obama. So he got him
Oh,
kicked off of
that's
Sunday Night
right.
Football.
I'm like,
Yeah, don't go there. Sore subject. All right, let's do it.
That hot old summer sun make you beg for your next breath. So you best be on the creek bank, late in the shade, chewing on a hickory twig. Pass my bottle, I'll have me a swig. Lord, I ain't got a lot, but I think I got it made in shape. I'm just laid up here in a country state of mind, catching these fish like they're going out of style, drinking in the homemade wine all the time. If the sun don't shine tomorrow, people, I've had a good time. I'm just laid up here in a country state of mind.
I'll let you go first.
Hank is a certifiable legend, no doubt. The Bama Band is actually, they backed him up for about 20 years, won Band of the Year twice. So they're an accomplished bunch. I can only imagine being a musician playing with Hank Williams Jr. has to up your game a lot because Hank is essentially a band in one. Like he's the definition of a one-man band. He can play anything, and just how effortlessly he's playing. He's playing while he's adjusting in his seat and stuff. It's like his natural is breathing to him. It's very cool to see. He, that distinctive voice, just that resonance, and then the twang, and then the grit he can bring in with it. It's that combination of factors. There's you could say that maybe there's better singers or on each individual instrument one could argue that there are people that could play it better. No one puts everything together like Hank. And you add with that his showmanship and his charisma. yeah, he is. He's one of a kind. People talk about,
Five-time entertainer of the year.
yeah, I mean, people talk about him being on like a country music Mount Rushmore. No, he's on a musical Mount Rushmore. He belongs there as much as anybody.
I think 3 more years and it'll be 7 decades. I think in the junior tour.
Wow. And
Maybe
yeah,
Willie can say that. I'm not sure anybody else could.
yeah, Willie's
But I don't.
yeah,
I'm not sure Willie really tours that much anymore.
he
He still
he's
plays Dev. He makes songs.
yeah, he's listed as a touring musician. Willie has actually set the record for the oldest touring musician. But like I'm sure his tours aren't like 300 shows a year or anything like that. I'm sure they're much more relaxed. But yeah, Hank's been doing it for a long time and at a ridiculously high level.
Here on this old store, old general store. There's Coca-Cola over there. OGL. I'll say he's putting some of that Hank Williams Senior yodel in this, and he has the deepest, most manliest voice.
Oh yeah,
I don't know anything.
Booming.
I mean, he hits that damn low note like nobody's damn business, which is a song of his. With
he can
Reba
take that really
and
high too when he wants to.
that Pastor and Willie and um Tom Petty. Mind your own business.
Chewing on a hickory twig. Pass my bottle, I'll have me a swig. Lord, I ain't got a lot, but I think I got it made in shape. I'm just laid up here in a country state of mind, catching these fish like they're going out of style, drinking this homemade wine.
Moonshine, Caroline.
If the sun don't shine tomorrow, people, I have had a good time. I'm just laid up here in a country state of mind. I bet the old man's in the kitchen. He's got my kind of music on his radio, drinking his beer and dialing them request lines. Mama and old Aunt Joan probably in the dining room trying to hear the song. Me, I'm thinking about that girl and later tonight. Oh yeah. I'm just laid up here in a country state of mind. I like to catch them fish like they're going out of style, drinking this mountain wine all the time. If the sun don't shine tomorrow, people may have had a good time. I'm just laid up here in a country state of mind.
All right, he goes in that quick. I know the song well. Key change is coming. I've never seen this, so this is a first time reaction for me. Obviously, I know the song. My famous line is I was singing Hank Williams Jr. before I knew what the hell he was singing about. Like I thought he was talking about a country state of mind, M-I-N-E. But he's talking about he's laid up here in the north with a country state of mind. Or maybe not out north. He lives in Montana. He's lived in Montana. He's lived in many places, and they're not really considered north or south. Like Dixie on my mind, love that song. I have met a few squirrels and one porcupine. But he's known and sometimes infamously for changing lyrics and not really doing the song the way it was done in the studio. But I've seen in the comments, because I have read all of those, that this is a good example of Hank playing it the way he made it. He is doing some extra vocal techniques And like he said, people, we have had a good time. Like he involved us in his journey, which I appreciate. So, and I'm on chapter 4 of Living Proof. So I love the book. I keep it near me all the time. It's a country book of mine.
There's always sort of been the debate as to what you want an artist to do when you see them live. Do you want them to take the music in a slightly different direction, or do you want them to stick to the recorded output as close as possible? And I guess I never really had a preference. I can understand people wanting to hear the recording, but like the recording is that. I kind of like the idea that Hank is number one, like he's gonna sing the song that's representative of his mindset at the time. That's what he did when he recorded it. That's what he's gonna do when he's playing it live. Like you said, he'll change words to involve the audience, which is a good idea. It's a good way to engage. And
Well,
honestly, just
I think it might have been. I think the audience has bitched about that enough to where it can't be for the audience because we're talking about people that are my age, 40 years old, that's probably seen him 3 straight decades that have never heard him do a song the way it was done in the studio. So it's not like an artist that occasionally does this. He does this. I've never heard him sing a song without changing some lyric in some way. He's changed these stuff in a very small way.
and it
But
also,
this is a great example of
go
him doing it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's probably performed the song so many times, so I'm sure sometimes he just doesn't feel like doing the same thing over and over again. But again, I guess you can sort of appreciate that chaotic energy at the very least on a conceptual level. But yeah, and like you said, I do appreciate that this is one of his more subdued enhancements of a song, so to speak. I just like that the how uplifting the song feels when he sings it, and how much expression he's able to wrangle out of a single word. Like how he sang night and line. I can't even try it, but yeah, he made it sound awesome.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, puts a crescendo on the word, and it's a great vocal technique.
Crescendo, and it's closing off the vowel and adding twang and grit, and it's like a whole bunch of stuff that's going through one word.
Yeah, and I will say though that the Bama band was, from what I know about them, they were already very polished musicians before Hank. So I don't think they were very much intimidated about his musicianship. But you're right. I mean, most people would be. He is a one-man band. But I think they encourage. That was the Bama band we seen with him playing all the different instruments. That's the only time we've done a reaction with the Bama band. So, yeah. I like these guys. They're very colorful. One of them looks like Mel McDaniel, got the old big hat on. We've been talking a lot. So,
Big smile on his face. Yeah.
but the old man's in the kitchen. He's got my kind of music on his radio, drinking his beer, dialing up the request line. I bet Mama and old Aunt Joan is probably in the dining room trying to use the phone. Yeah, I'm thinking about that girl and later tonight. Oh, yeah.
Drinking this mountain wine all the time. If the sun don't shine tomorrow, people may have had a good time. I'm just laid up here in the country state of mind.
It's all good fun. Look at him tune that guitar.
You know the rednecks and the preppies, they got their discos and their honky tonks. They're somewhere between raising hell and amazing grace. Yeah. Lord, I know just how they feel. You got to take a break and kick up your heels. And ain't it great to be living in the USA? I'm just laid up here, country state of mind. I like to catch them fish, I like to go out of style, drinking this
Lefty Flowers.
Hey, if the sun don't shine tomorrow, people, I've had a good time. I'm just laid up here in the country state. I don't want
Yodelay-oo.
it ought to lay,
We're gonna go back and hear that again.
Yeah.
Give it up for the Bama Band. They are killing it in the background. I hear everything so clearly. I hear the steel guitar. I hear the bass. I hear the backing guitar. It's not all Hank doing that. Hank's playing a very simple chord when he's ad-libbing, at least. And you know, anybody says he don't have a set of pipes, listen to him do House of the Rising Sun. He just showed that
Oh my God. Yeah.
there a little bit too. And Country Boy Can Survive, the last one. I mean, Toby Keith, rest in peace. He done a great job at the tribute for Hank in 2018. But he didn't even attempt it. He didn't even try. I mean, he's got a great voice. I'm not saying that, but Hank kills that last note. And Country Boy Can Survive.
You know, when the key change hit and his vocal intensity picked up, but wow.
Yeah, you know, the rednecks and the preppies, they're in their discos and honky tonks. They're somewhere between Raising Hell and Amazing Grace.
Amazing Grace.
Lord, I know just how they feel. You got to get out and kick up your heels. And ain't it great to be living in the USA? Yodelay-oo, yodelay-oo, yodelay. Ooh, at the end.
people, we have had a good time. I'm just laid up here in the country state.
Get this guitar.
You know the rednecks and the preppies, they
Bama
got their
Band.
discos and their honky tonks. They're somewhere between Raising Hell and Amazing Grace. Yeah. Lord, I know just how they feel. You got to take a break and kick up your heels. And ain't it great to be living in the USA? I'm just laid up here, country state of mind. I like to catch them fish, I like to go down to style, drinking this muscadine homemade wine all the time. Hey, if the sun don't shine tomorrow, people, I've had a good time. I'm just laid up here in the country state. I know it ain't good here. It ought to lay,
Them drums sound so good. Yee. That is Hee-haw. Absolutely is Hee-haw. Joni Mitchell.
Never recognized that dude, yeah.
I didn't think that was Hee-haw, but there they are, old country boys. I still think that is definitely the steel frame that was in that Elvis video, the Kentucky Rain. Hank went on the road when he was 8 years old, turned 18, he's doing the show. He met Elvis in Maryland and Johnny B. Good. I'm sure Hank met Elvis. Watching a thing the other night on Robert Plant, and we talk a lot about how a lot of rock and roll singers aspire to be as locally free as Robert Plant. But Robert Plant says in a documentary that when he was a kid in the shower singing into a soap bar, Elvis Presley. So, yeah, Elvis left his mark. And if it wasn't for T-Tot, old African American like that sitting on the street corner basically playing music, Hank Williams would have never had a career really, because that's who taught him. He kind of taught himself. He couldn't read or write, but he made great music for only 3 years. The hell of a career.
Yeah, such an impact in such a short period of time. It's always just good to see how the cycle of inspiration continues.
Yeah, they are. I know Hank Jr. is. Can somebody tell me? I've always thought Clifton Clowers and the Muscadine wine was the mountains of Carolina. What is the mountain? He says Wilmington Mountain. There's a Wilmington, North Carolina. I've always thought that is where it's talking about. Gary, it'll probably be you, but if not, somebody let us know in the comments. Because he usually refers to people by name, not just by some name he made up. Because Hank Jr. wrote most all of his music. Only the songs we know he covered are the only songs he didn't write. I don't think he ever bought any music from anyone. Most did. I think all of them did at some point. But most of the Outlaws wrote their music. I don't think none of the newer country music singers do. Maybe Jamie Johnson, Sturgill Simpson, what's the other cat that played the national anthem at the Super Bowl?
Stapleton?
Yeah, Chris Stapleton.
Yeah.
No, he writes some of his music.
I remember Waylon Jennings talking about, there's some decent artists, but the system is different. Like they're given songs written by others, and yes, it's hey, sing this because that's what the label wants, and they have image
Who
consultants.
cares what the label wants? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, can y'all imagine Hank with an image consultant?
No, he said him and Willie.
Yeah.
But yeah. Here
But
it is.
it also applies to Hank.
My question is, country music today, how is it different than 20 or 30 years ago?
I'll tell you what, there's some great artists out there. There's just a lot more of them, So there's some of them that are not really up to par. But being an artist anymore is not, anything I say might sound like sour grapes, but see, I have my opinion because I'm looking at it just like you do, because I don't understand some of it,
Yeah.
They got image consultants.
I've heard.
Yeah, can you imagine me and Willie Nelson with an image consultant to tell me what kind of songs to write because they wanted me to write songs that the record company wanted? Who cares what the record company wants? You're supposed to sell what you do,
I believe it.
Anyway, yeah.
I love you, Waylon. Rest in peace, buddy. I think Waylon was the only one that had such a personal relationship with Johnny Cash, Hank Williams Jr., and Willie Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
And many more, but he definitely had a very close bond, like separately, not when they were all together, with each one of those. And of course, Buddy Holly. So, yeah, much love. This was great. Made me feel good.
Always good to see Hank perform.
As crazy as David on cover said about Hank Williams, and boy, can you make folks feel inside. Hank can, for sure.
He can
Those
definitely
can.
make you feel. Yeah.
Yep. Put you in a country state of mind. All right, mental health is real. Support the channel if you want to. Links below. And we heard a concert with Hank drunker than hell. He was way drunk, man. Whoever uploaded that, I got a kick out of it though. I'm sure Hank don't like it, but damn, he wasn't putting their words together. It sounded like, damn it, man. Yeah. He cussed people and shit. And, yeah. Well, I mean, Ernest Tubb used to shoot guns, and George Jones never showed up, neither did Hank Williams. And George Jones is a crazy son of a bitch.
Driving
I'm telling you.
lawnmower to the liquor store and
Beating up cops and
having to be hogtied by Willie Nelson.
Tell you why that
Waylon
story
Jennings.
was really disturbing. Watched it, but still love George.
Yeah, the Outlaws
Nobody,
walked.
nobody
Those
filled
old-
their shoes, George, and the good times
Yeah.
were over for good, Merle.
Yeah. Those OG Outlaws walked it like they talked it, no doubt.
Hank is the last man standing, and
Mhm.
Willie. So, and Dolly. So, for sure. Dolly doesn't age. She's
She is seemingly immortal. Like just
like Keith
released
Richards, but
that
good looking.
rock album or that album of rock covers recently, so she's back on the charts and back on YouTube. So yeah, it's
That's how
good
it
to
goes.
see. Yeah, good music
No
never
bad
dies.
one.
Yes, we are.
Except for the day the music died. Much love.